Hello and welcome to Drawing with Floof, and today we will be drawing Highland Cows. So you should be familiar with this cow. If you're not, here is an image. It's a very iconic cow. That's all there really is to say. I mean, it's not. I will go into facts and stuff, but they're really cute, and that's, I think, the main appeal, probably. I personally love Highland Cows. I think they're the cutest things on Earth, or maybe not on Earth, but Dolly exists after all. But yeah, they're like adorable and iconic. I feel like you've probably seen them in the media a lot. They've got beautiful hair. I associate them with shortbread biscuits. I don't know if that's a bit random or if I actually saw it on a shortbread biscuit brand once. But yeah, so let's get into this. So this first drawing took me... hello. Sorry, I'm using a pencil as a microphone, which doesn't have a microphone attached because it makes me feel fancy. But actually, we'll use a pen because the pen is black. Nice. I've been told to have more structure to my videos. Thank you, Mr. Moth. But what's the fun in that? So what was I saying? Yeah, maybe actually having more structure would be a good idea. Oh yeah, this drawing took me forever because I usually draw quite small. And as you'll see, this took up quite a bit of the page. I think just they're very heavily dense. Does that make sense? And shaded. And so in drawing them, you have to really... Oh, did that hit my phone? Oopsies. But you get what I mean. And also, I think I did it mostly in this, but a technique for shading is probably always try and go in the direction that whatever you're drawing goes. If that makes sense? Like, if you're shading fur, make your strokes go downwards, like in the direction of the fur, otherwise it looks weird. I think I did that mostly, but I think there's instances on this one where I didn't, which makes it look a bit weird. But anyway, some facts. So I'll be using the Wikipedia because I decided that using Google AI is immoral and against my morals. So if I put this down, will it still record my voice? Let's not risk it. I'll put the pen down instead. So the Scottish Gaelic word for Highland, either just Highland or Highland cow, I'm not sure, but I can't say that word, so we're gonna put it on here. It's a Scottish breed of cattle originating in the Scottish Highlands and Western Islands of Scotland. Yeah, we know what it looks like. And the first herd dates back from 1885. And there are two types, which we will go into in a minute, I think. Their conservation status, I can't tell what this is saying. The problem with using Wikipedia is that it's a bit too fancy, but we'll go with it anyway. In 2007, it was not at risk, but in 2021, it was endangered and at risk, which I wouldn't have expected considering it's a farm animal. But that's quite sad. It's got lots of names. We should always call people by the names they want us to call them. Like Kylo, long-haired Highland cattle, long-haired Scottish cattle, North Highland cattle, Scottish Highland cattle, West Highland cattle. I swear there were duplicates in that. And they're from the UK. They're distributed worldwide. They're used as meat, which is kind of sad. I'm vegetarian, so not really into that kind of thing. Oh, that's an illustration from 1890 to 1900. Maybe I'll add that in. I thought that was an AI picture on here. The males weigh an average of 650 kg, whilst the females are 450, and height 125 centimeters or 105 centimeters. I'm gonna sneeze. And they're horned in both sexes, and I think, is that just a Highland cow thing, or is that most cows? I don't know. So there's two traditional breeds. Types. The Kylo, mainly reared in the Hebrides or Western Islands, and it was small and frequently black. They are so called because of their practice of swimming, not them swimming, of swimming them, across the narrow straits or kyles separating the island from the mainland. The cattle of the mainland were somewhat larger and very variable in colour. These were often brown or red. These cattle were, I might just read this out, if you're all okay with that. These cattle were imported to the Scottish economy of the 18th century at markets such as those as Falkirk or Crieff, and many were bought by drovers from England who moved them south over the Pennines to be fattened for slaughter. Not nice. In 1723, over 30,000 Scottish cattle were sold into England. That's kind of boring. Oh, it's not actually. Sorry. In 1885, the first volume of the Herd Book was published, which included the two types not distincted from each other and just referred to as the Highland. This cow was so cute, the one I'm currently drawing. I was kind of nervous to do it because perspective is a bit different, but you only get better at something by practicing it. So I wanted to practice it. I thought it came out really nice and it was really cute. Yeah, so how is it endangered then? In 2002, the number of registered breeding cows in the United Kingdom was about 2,500, and by 2012, this had risen to 6,000. In 2021, it was 3,161. And then it says that the conservation status of the breed in the United Kingdom is listed as endangered / at risk. But if it's risen, then how is that? Usually known as a herd, but a group of Highland cattle can be known as a fold. This is because in winter, cattle were kept in open stone shelters called folds to protect them from the weather at night. Cute. In 1954, Queen Elizabeth II, rest in peace, decided to keep a herd of Highland cattle at Balmoral Castle, where they are still kept today. That is so cutesy of her. From the late 19th century, stock was exported to various countries, among them Argentina, Australia, Canada, the Falkland Islands, the former Soviet Union, and the United States. I wonder how they felt about each other having Highland cows. I doubt they cared, to be honest. This was a baby Highland cow. They're so cutesy. I feel like all animals are really cutesy. We should love all the animals. But I've recorded this in one take so far. Absolute goat. Or cow. Funniest person alive. I didn't draw its little flower crown. Mostly because I didn't want to. But that would have been a cute addition. Anyway, Cold War. That has nothing to do with that. But later in the 20th century, there were exports to various European countries. In 2022, the breed was reported to DAD-IS, DAD-IS, by 23 countries, of which 17 reported population data. The total population worldwide was reported at just over 40,000, with the largest numbers in France and Finland, which is surprising, because they're not very highlands. Actually, Finland might have mountains. I don't know. They're cute, but I clicked on a picture. Australia. Scottish immigrants brought small numbers of cattle to Australia from the mid-19th century, but by the late 1800s, none remained. That's sad. And they're also in lots of other places, but we don't really have time for that because there were so many interesting facts. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn some more information about them, the Wikipedia page is there. That was actually so easy to record. I'm like, maybe I should use Wikipedia more often. Feel free to let me know in the comments what animals you'd like to see me cover next. I quite enjoy learning stuff about them too, so, you know, you can suggest anything and I'll probably do it. Also, comment whatever you like. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Here is your honorary dolly picture. Here is some pics of the, like, ornament cows that I have. I'll try and get all. I think there's just 2, but there could be more. Remember to love all animals. I've never said that before on this channel. Actually, I probably have, but anyway, ta-ta for now.